Hey there, boils and ghouls. I'm Mr. Macabre, and welcome back to my movie library. Boy, oh boy, have I got some stuff to show you. Sorry I haven't made a video in just a little bit, but yeah, I was waiting for some packages to come in and picked up some other stuff. And got a fun little thing I want to show you here in a minute. But yeah, so I'm really happy. We got some fun new additions to the movie library. We'll go ahead and we'll get started. Finally got around to getting 7 on 4K. I know this has been out for quite a while, but I was not a fan of that kind of like digipack packaging that they had. But they finally, released this in just the regular Amaray case. So just kind of not much to it. You know what I mean? Just can barely read the disc art there. Yeah, I finally got 7 on 4K, but yeah, just like what I was saying, I just wasn't really a fan of that. Just wasn't really a fan of that packaging and stuff. And yeah, it would have been nice to have got a slipcover with it, but well, I guess we can't get everything we want in life, right? So, yep. As far as I know, I think this does include all the bonus features from the 2-disc DVD. So yeah, so finally glad to get, I do really love the movie 7. It's a great flick. So really glad to finally have this on 4K. I haven't looked at it yet, though. That's the only problem. I've heard people say that, yeah, Fincher did some kind of like DNR work on this kind of stuff, on this movie. A little bit of digital cleanup and everything else, kind of try to make it look a little more, look a little more glossy or, polished looking and stuff. But I haven't had the chance to check it out yet, so I promise I'll get around to it. So there's that. And to me, this is kind of the big one. Got this in. Honestly, man, this was a great deal for only $20. I got Ben-Hur on 4K. Got this off of Amazon. And as you can see, I just got the standard slipcover edition, which you guys know me. I love my slipcovers. There is a steel book you can get. There is a nice collector's edition you could get from overseas, but yeah, just a little, that stuff's starting to get a little bit out of my price range. I got to be honest with you guys. Kind of more and more I'm having to, as much as I love my collector's editions and stuff like that, I am kind of more and more having to just kind of go for more of the standard editions. But yeah, we got Ben-Hur on 4K, and this movie looks amazing in 4K. Let me tell you, 3-disc set. You got the movie on 2 4K discs. And you got the Blu-ray with all the bonus features. Holy cow. Like, that's the thing. If you were trying to, say like you're a 4K enthusiast and you're trying to convert somebody into getting into 4K, this would definitely be, a great movie to, test them out on. Like, put it on there and have them watch the Chariot Race. The Chariot Race alone is amazing. It looks so gorgeous. The daytime scenes look so natural. The colors, man, you got colors that pop, the reds, some of the greens, the blues, and everything else. This movie looks phenomenal on 4K. Warner Brothers did a bang-up job on this. And I consider, I only paid $20 for this. Like, this is totally worth it. I will say, though, Ben-Hur is one of those movies, in my opinion, I don't think Ben-Hur has never not looked good. I never saw it on VHS, so I can't honestly say about that. But I have seen it on DVD. I've seen it on Blu-ray. And even on, even just a standard DVD, it looks, it still looks really good. But, and it looks phenomenal on Blu-ray, So, I mean, if somebody was like, well, I have it on Blu-ray, I stick with that. It's like, I wouldn't blame you, but... would I recommend Ben-Hur on 4K? If you're a fan of the movie, for $20, yeah, if you can get it for $20 or less, I say, honestly, upgrade. It's definitely worth it, in my opinion. A great movie, wonderful movie. I got interested in this because, I used to live in New Mexico, and we had gone to, Lincoln, New Mexico, and we had visited, the town and, saw like basically what was supposed to be the old, Lincoln where we saw the courthouse where Billy the Kid was jailed and stuff like that. We saw Billy the Kid's grave and I forget, the other men that were buried beside him, I think. And, Governor Lew Wallace, who wrote the book Ben-Hur, he was the governor at the time. And, well, you remember, I mean, if you'd seen Young Guns 2, you would remember Scott Wilson played him in Young Guns 2. But, and there was that one where Val Kilmer played Billy the Kid, and I think it was Wilford Brimley played, played Lew Wallace. But Lew Wallace wrote the book Ben-Hur, and just, a little while back, I was curious, so I checked the movie out. I'd seen it on DVD, and then I got it on Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray looks amazing. So I was like, yeah, I mean, if somebody wanted to stick with the Blu-ray, I wouldn't blame them for that. But yeah, I would definitely say, yeah, definitely Ben-Hur is definitely one to pick up on 4K. And you guys know me, I love my slipcovers, and this is a really nice one. Unfortunately, the camera's not doing it much justice, but still, yeah. Warner Brothers do a great job with their slipcovers, And honestly, usually like the artwork they do is, hit or miss. I think this one looks pretty good, better than some of the other ones that I've seen. So anyway, where we got our protective case here. So you guys know we're going to get it all nice and secure. And, for the digital enthusiasts, if somebody gives you a digital code for this release, when you redeem it, you should get the 4K version. That's what I got when I redeemed my code. But, yeah, really, really happy to finally get Ben-Hur on 4K. So, it really is. It's a great pickup. So, yeah, let's just hope that, with the other stuff that, Warner Brothers is supposed to be putting out on 4K this year. Let's just hope it's all as good as this one. So, and yeah, it's kind of a Warner Brothers day for me here because I got 7 on 4K, got Ben-Hur on 4K. Also picked up from the Warner Archive collection, we have the Tom and Jerry: The Golden Era collection. 1940 to 1958, the Golden Era anthology. 6-disc set, and really, really happy. Tom and Jerry was one of those cartoons I used to watch all the time as a kid. I love Tom and Jerry, and I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at like my Flintstones on the shelf there, and I just put in a pre-order for the next volume of the classic Looney Tunes that's coming to Blu-ray and stuff like that. I think about it now. I have Scooby-Doo, all that stuff. It's like, thinking about it now, if I was to go back to when I was a kid, when I was watching these, religiously, if I'd gone back and told myself, my younger self, that one day you would own these, you would have them, and you could watch them, pretty much whenever you want, I think I would have been the happiest kid in the entire world. To sit there and say, one day I could possibly own all of the Tom and Jerry cartoons, or I could own all of the Scooby-Doo, classic Scooby-Doo, or classic Looney Tunes, or the Flintstones, stuff like that. Like I said, I think if I had gone back and told myself that, my kid self that, I think I would have been the happiest kid you've ever seen in your life, let me tell you. But, so yeah, really, really happy. Love the classic cartoons, and to, be able to actually hold them in my hands and own them in nice, beautiful, high definition, to me, that is the most amazing thing in the world. So definitely happy I got that. This here, I had the Blu-ray of it, but yeah, I was actually able to get a good deal on the 4K Steelbook, so I upgraded. And this is actually really nice. One of my favorite horror movies that came out last year, I got Clown in a Cornfield. I picked this up on Blu-ray, and just at the time, the 4K Steelbook was ridiculously expensive. It's since gone down, and I was able to get it for a good price. So I was able to upgrade to 4K. But, yeah, definitely really enjoy this movie. This movie is a lot of fun. I read the book, and I gotta be honest, I actually prefer the movie more than the book. I know, like, most people are like, you're insane. You cannot prefer, the movie over the book. Honestly, in my opinion, like, the movie is better. The movie has, the book is kind of written more like a young adult novel, and there is a bit of I hate to say it, but a bit of preaching in the book about, like young people and their obsession with, cell phones and, social media and technology and stuff like that. There is a little bit of it in here, but it's toned down. And you get some good gory kills, you get some good fun humor, some good humorous moments and stuff like that. And I just think that the movie is just better done, just my opinion. No disrespect to anybody who's a fan of the books, you know, but because I think there's at least 3 books now. But yeah, so it was nice to finally get my hands on the 4K Steelbook, you know, have it on 4K. So take this out. This is a beautiful, very glossy, you know. I got it's not really a J card, it's just a card. But yeah, it's pretty much the same bonus features as the Blu-ray, you know. But look at that, you know, the title is nice and embossed, everything else. And you open it up. Yeah, that is kind of a downside though. You can't, I don't know if you can really see it, but yeah, see that there? Yeah, the Steelbook really is a fingerprint magnet, unfortunately. You know, you got the outside here. So it's like, you know, it is kind of an add-on picture, but you know, you think they could have added like another clown or something on there. You got these magnets that come with it. Hang on. If I can get this open. Anyway, so yeah, that's I think this is advertising the books. Yeah, sorry, I'm having a hard time trying to get this pack open. But anyway, so you can see what they look like right there. So sorry about that. Whoop. You got the 4K and the Blu-ray there, so at least that's cool. You know, you got the movie on both formats. That's always a plus. Take the discs out. And then this is the inside of the Steelbook. So really good, fun slasher movie. I do recommend it. You know, if you ever get a chance, you know, you're on Shudder or something like that, you're in the mood for just kind of a fun slasher movie, some fun bloody kills, you know, a couple of cute little twists and turns and some, you know, nice gore and stuff like that, some humor and everything else. Yeah, Clown in the Cornfield, I think, will do you quite nicely. It's a really good movie. And like I said, yeah, sorry, but I do prefer it more than the book. So put that back in there. There we go. So just like I said, that's the only downside, you know, because it's a gloss finish and everything. So yeah, unfortunately, this Steelbook really is a fingerprint magnet. So yeah, you gotta kind of be careful how you handle it and stuff. So anyway, so there's that. And yeah, I told you I was going to do something cute, or at least I think it's kind of cute. Okay, a while back, I think I had mentioned this on my old channel, Terror and Tats. I had picked up this Steelbook of Children of the Corn, and I got it for a great price, and there was a reason why. And the reason being is because one of the discs was missing. Okay, this was supposed to be a Blu-ray and a DVD. Well, the Blu-ray was missing. So all that was in there was the DVD. As you can see, I've taken my Arrow 4K and I put it in there. And I got my little booklet and stuff, you know, that came with it. My little advertisement and stuff, you know, and my little booklet that came with it. So, got that in there. Well, it just so happened I was able to find, for a really, really good deal, I came across the Arrow Blu-ray of Children of the Corn. So that's nice. So you guys already know where I'm going with this. And that's kind of cool too, because, you know, you look at the Blu-ray has, come on, get out of there. The Blu-ray has different artwork compared to the 4K disc. So that's cool. So now I'm going to take this Steelbook that I've had for a while, and I'm going to turn this baby into a 4K Blu-ray combo disc set. Okay. The inside is the classic, you know, classic poster of Children of the Corn. So we're going to take our Blu-ray, slide it in one, take our 4K, put it in there. Yeah, waited a while, but like I said, I was finally able to find the Arrow Blu-ray for a great price, and now, there we go. Feel like my steelbook is now complete. And I got both formats. I got 4K and Blu-ray for Children of the Corn. One of my favorite, definitely one of my favorite movies. Watched this movie a lot when I was a kid in the 80s. And, definitely one of the movies that helped get me into Stephen King. And, yeah, just really, really happy. Now, to me, this feels complete. And there you go. Put it back in its protective case here. So, very, very happy about that. Booyah! There you go. So, finally, I feel like my Children of the Corn is complete. And now I can just take the case here and, there you go. I got me a case. In case if I ever need a Blu-ray case for something, I got one. So, there you go. Nice to have that. So, I don't really need the artwork and stuff. So, and now, so we're getting close to the end of the video here, folks. I'm sorry, but I bought some DVDs. So, well, sorry, not sorry. You guys know that I've mentioned it before many, many times. I've been trying to rebuy a lot of my Mystery Science Theater DVDs because I've had my complete collection of DVDs for a number of years, and just over the years, a lot of the discs, because I put them into CD wallets, a lot of the discs have been getting a lot of wear and tear and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of them are still playable, but I've been wanting to try to rebuild my collection and replace the kind of old scuffed up discs with nice newer copies. And so I've been trying to do that, and I've done that. So I got 4 sets of Mystery Science Theater that I picked up. Got these on sale off of Amazon. So this one is volume 17. This one comes with The Crawling Eye, The Beatniks, The Final Sacrifice, and Blood Waters of Dr. Z. So, Mystery Science Theater, you guys know, Mystery Science Theater is easily my favorite TV show of all time. I love this show to death. So, there you go. And this one has Crawling Eye, Beatniks, but The Final Sacrifice and Blood Waters of Dr. Z, both of those movies, the jokes are hilarious. Like, those are such good episodes. Super funny. Especially The Final Sacrifice. I think The Final Sacrifice is probably, like the best episode in this entire set. But anyway, so we got volume 17. We have volume 35. This one has Teenage Caveman, Being from Another Planet, 12 to the Moon, and Deathstalker, and the Warriors from Hell. Yeah, this one's different because these ones have like the little individual slim cases. But anyway, so yeah, some really good ones on here. Yeah, Being from Another Planet. That's also the movie Time Walker. Yeah, that one is super funny. I'd probably say out of all 4 of these, that one's probably my favorite one on this set. Teenage Caveman is pretty good too. Deathstalker and the Warriors from Hell, that one's really funny as well. So anyway, so volume 35. Volume 26, sorry. This one has The Magic Sword, Alien from LA, Danger Death Ray, and The Mole People. Super, super nice. Glad to have this one. And we have volume 25. This one has Robot Holocaust, Operation Kid Brother, Kitten with a Whip, and Revenge of the Creature. The second movie in the Creature from the Black Lagoon trilogy. So yeah, Revenge of the Creature was the return first episode when this was after Comedy Central canceled Mystery Science Theater and it had been gone for a while, but it got picked up by Sci-Fi Channel. And then when it first came on, Revenge of the Creature was the very first episode on there, and the introduction of Bill Corbett as Crow. Because Trace Beaulieu, who did Crow for a number of years, he finally decided he was going to retire it and, handed it off. And so anyway, so you guys could tell, it's like, Kitten with a Whip with Anne Margaret John Forsythe, yeah, a lot of the jokes they get on there is pretty funny. It's like, like Crow and as funny as it sounds, like both Crow and Tom Servo, they get kind of horned up over, I want to say Anne Bancroft, but Anne Margaret, sorry. They get kind of horned up, she's like, oh, it's dreamy. Oh, don't say it like that, and everything. So Operation Kid Brother, I think that was supposed to be kind of like a James Bond kind of flick, but I think they said it was Sean Connery's brother or something like that. I don't remember. But, so anyway, so yeah, we got that. Volume 25. So yeah, so that's 16 more episodes of Mystery Science Theater that I've upgraded to nicer brand new copies. There's that. And last but not least, I got this, believe it or not, for $6. I got Mr. Bean, the whole bean. Yeah, the whole bean contains all 14 scrummy episodes in one handy tin. Yeah, pick this up for $6. This is, I don't honestly ever believe like Mr. Bean is ever going to get like a Blu-ray release or anything. I think because, a lot of it was shot on video, and you never know. The day may come. Somebody might decide, screw it. We'll upgrade it to high definition and put it out. But I think if they were going to do that, they would have done it by now. So I think honestly, if you want the entire Mr. Bean series, which I do, it's a great series. It's super funny, and Rowan Atkinson is a genius, and so anyway, so yeah, I think at least for now, DVD. If you want Mr. Bean, this is going to be the best way to get it, and I would definitely recommend it because Mr. Bean is one of the funniest shows you've ever seen, and like I said, Rowan Atkinson, he's definitely going to win you over as Mr. Bean. So great show. Watched this all the time as a kid growing up. The only thing I will say, though, is like, yeah, I got it for $6. However, it's like, boy, oh boy, I had to turn around and buy new DVD cases to put these in. Seriously, because the DVD cases were destroyed. The artwork, the discs, perfect condition. And even the outer case, really, really nice. Looks great, no problems. Not, that's about, like right there, that's about the only little bit of wear and tear you got on there. That's the worst of it. But just, yeah, that was the only downside, though. It was just, man, oh, man. So, yeah, I can't even remember the last time I bought brand new DVD cases, to be honest with you. I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, shit, when was the last time I bought DVD cases? But anyway, so, yeah, put them in nice new cases. The discs are perfect. The artwork perfect. Everything else. So yeah, I figure with the new DVD cases, so $6 plus the DVD case. So altogether, a little bit over $10. But, oh well. But now I can say I have, the entire collection of Mr. Bean, and I'm fine with that because it's just such a great show. And I do recommend it. Easily, like, the pinnacle of British comedy, and that's saying a lot, because there is so much great British comedy. I mean, there's, Monty Python, there's Spaced, there's, all this great stuff. But now, like I said, nice, beautiful collector's edition of Mr. Bean, the entire Bean. So it's time to wrap this up now. So, okay, so we got Mr. Bean, the complete Bean. Mystery Science Theater, Volume 25. Mystery Science Theater, Volume 26. Mystery Science Theater, Volume 35. Mystery Science Theater, Volume 17. Turn my Children of the Corn into now a complete 4K Blu-ray combo pack. Upgraded Clown in a Cornfield from Blu-ray to 4K Steelbook. Got the Tom and Jerry Golden Era Anthology from 1940 and 1958. Mwah! Happy to have it. Ben-Hur on 4K, which honestly, you want my opinion? Yes, it is worth it. And for 20 bucks, come on, if you can get for 20 bucks or less, yeah, you're getting a steal, you know, which is something you really don't get very often when it comes to 4Ks. But Ben-Hur on 4K, hell yes. And finally, last but not least, upgraded 7 to 4K. And like I said, I can't wait to check this bad boy out. There you go. Yes. So that should about do it. So if anybody took the time to watch all of this, I thank you for doing it, and I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, would you mind leaving a like? And if you haven't already, please go and subscribe to my channel. Also, too, you know, if you want to, comment in the comments, you know, ring the bell, you know, share, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's about it. So take care, everybody. Love your movie library. It'll love you back. And that's it, everyone. Have a good night. See you all later. Bye.